As temperatures surged past 100 degrees, Bree Oswill gathered all the blankets and towels she could find and taped them to every window that didn't have a shade. She doesn't have central air conditioning and wanted to prevent every bit of sunlight and heat from entering her home. Growing up in Portland, Oregon, Oswill has become more concerned about the extreme weather changes from wildfires to heat waves she's seeing year after year. The 44-year-old mother of two likens it to a pandemic, but never ending. "It's like a lockdown, but we're not going to solve it by putting on a mask or getting a vaccine," Oswill told CNN. "It's just sort of perpetual. It's scary." A historic heat wave is searing much of the Pacific Northwest, and it is not yet July, a month when Oswill and many Portland residents typically experience the hottest days of the year. Portland set an all-time record high temperature 3 days in a row. Seattle also bested its own record, set Sunday. Across the border, Lytton, British Columbia, also broke all-time records on Sunday and Monday, registering temperatures that were a shocking 48 degrees above normal. Kristina Dahl, a senior climate scientist at the Union of Concerned Scientists, says the heat wave is unprecedented. Vemba-video it equals weather, the 29th of June 2021. "We saw heat records over the weekend only to be broken again the next day," Dahl told CNN, particularly for a part of the country where this type of heat does not happen very often. Michael E. Mann, a climate scientist at Pennsylvania State University, put it very simply: climate change is making heat waves more frequent and more intense. "You warm up the planet, you're going to see an increased incidence of heat extremes," Mann told CNN. Experts like Dahl and Mann say climate change is reshaping the planet's weather patterns. As humans emit more planet-warming greenhouse gas into the atmosphere, more energy is added to the climate system. The excess energy, according to Kristie Ebi, a climate and health researcher at the University of Washington, appears by way of extreme weather events. "Heat waves have always occurred and will always occur, but we've got a very different pattern of heat waves now than we did a couple of decades ago," Ebi told CNN. "And it's not just the intensity, it's also the geographic extent." In the opposite end of the country, over 40 million people in the Northeast U.S. are also under heat advisories, including the New York, Philadelphia and Boston metropolitan areas. Though the heat won't be as bad as Oregon and Washington, records for the date could be set in the Northeast before temperatures cool off on Thursday. Extreme heat is of the deadliest consequences of climate change, killing more people than any other weather-related event. Kate Weinberger, an environmental epidemiologist at the University of British Columbia, analyzed the number of deaths related to extreme heat in the U.S. each year.